And we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. And I'm not sure how many people are watching. It's not easy to tell on here. So this is my first ever proper scheduled live, um, and this one it's called Beer and Gear, or it should be Gear and Beer. I'm not sure what comes first, but I've got two very special guests. So I've got Sean from the Slip Joint Sanitarium Discord group, otherwise known as Naked Sean, who's on a lot of the chats as well, and of course Randy, and I think everybody knows Randy. So
and Bear.
and just a quick check who's in the chat so far. So we've got Mikey, so Baldy's Blades. Hi, Mikey. We've got Pepper Dingo and Tony Blade in Wales, and of course Elando. So I hope your toothache's better, Elan. Hi, Martin. Great to have you lurking instead of working. So great to have you there. And wow,
I hope.
this is hard keeping up the chat. So great to have you here. And let me just get rid of this banner because we can see each other better then. That's all. And to hide the current. Right. Sorry, I'm just getting used to the mechanics of this now. So, and it's there's a lot to keep up with. So, so the reason for this being Gear and Beer is because most of the time when I'm watching other people's live streams, then I have a beer on the go, and so it only makes sense just to have one on the show as well. So as we've gone through a quick roll call already, should we just go through the beers that we've got? Shall I start with mine just to start us off? So I thought, as it's my first, I'd start off with my all-time favourite beer, which is McEwan's Champion, and this one has a fairly hefty alcohol content at 7.3. So it's a bit of a sipping ale, and I'll just top that up as I go. How about you, Sean? What beer have you got?
It's a old speckled hen or crafty hen. I think it's probably a Doodle's own brand actually. 6.5%. And I've not opened it yet, but I better put that right.
Okay. So you already had one on the go already, yeah?
Yes. Oh, well, I've had several on the go today. Cheers, folks.
Well, it is the weekend. Yeah, cheers, everyone. Hi, Mrs. C. Great to have you here. And
Hi, Mrs. C.
I think that's a little bit unfair, Tony, because the clue is in the title for the show. So, but fair enough. And Randy, what beer are you starting with? Because I think you had a couple, didn't you?
I got a Voodoo Ranger. It's IPA, but it's kind of like a Radler. Have you ever had a Radler? But
yeah.
Different than a Radler, it's 9.5%.
Whoa.
Right, okay, fair play. You win, Randy. That's it. I've had wine weaker than that. I've had a few session ales up at the I think 12% was the highest ever, but they only had it in halves. It was at a beer festival. But
usually when beer gets a higher percentage, it's too sweet for me.
Yeah,
it's kind of
they can be. It's hard.
Like barley wines. They're kind of too sweet for me.
Yeah,
or too rich.
And a quick call out. So we've got Cheetos here in as one flew over the Cheetos nest. So great to have you with us, Cheeto, and Weldon Carey and and then Willie Macglass or to jerk.
Willie, Mr. Willie Macglass.
Hi, Mr. HQ and Slippy. Welcome to the Beer and Nerds show. So great to have you here too. So the theme for this, which I think is part of the One Knife Challenge, which has met with quite a few, quite a few adverse comments, I think, both from when I did my video about it, and Tim School of Fish said, yeah, nice idea, but no way am I doing this. On Paddy's live, it came up as I was just crazy for even thinking about it. So I think there's a little bit of a split here between the sort of the knife nerds, the knife collectors, and then the EDC people. I think for the EDC people, it's maybe a little bit more less ridiculous. Just to explain, because I'm not sure I did in my video, and you may or may not have seen it, but the reason I did is that I often feel guilty having a number of knives because back in the day, and my granddad, I think my granddad only ever had one knife. I struggle to remember what it's like, but I sort of think it was like one of the British Army type knives, but with the black handle on. I don't know if you've seen those.
I think I've seen those before.
Yeah, and that was the only knife he ever had. My dad, bless him, he wasn't really into pocket knives, but he would have a number of chisels, and he did wood carving and stuff. So sometimes I feel guilty when I buy another knife, thinking that, well, I can only carry one, maybe two or three at a time. Or if it's Mikey, then it's probably 10. If you see from his daily carry photos. So sometimes I feel a bit guilty that I'm buying something that I may not use. And I just thought this was maybe one way to recognize that maybe in the past people haven't always been able to have more than one knife, or couldn't afford it. I guess a lot of people now can't. So we're lucky to be in a position where we can collect them and sometimes hoard them and show them off, and all of those things. So that sort of started me off on that idea. And then I don't know if you saw the video, but the knife I picked is the Farmer X Alox. And that's one of my more recent ones, but I wish I'd bought it sooner. But I think if I'd have bought it sooner, I probably wouldn't have as many Swiss Army knives as I do, because I think this is really good. And then the other thing, because I've got rid of my Midnight Manager for the month, I've got that locked away, so I'm not tempted to use it. I've got this carry, so I've still got my pen and my flashlight as well. So and I've been carrying this for a couple of days now, just getting used to it, and it's working out okay. So that was my reason for doing it. So Sean, what did you think of the challenge when I first said about doing it?
Oh, it's bloody nuts. It kind of hurts to even think about it, but joking apart, years ago I carried a single knife every day. Never really thought anything of it. It was just what I did. But obviously, once I started picking up more knives and collecting more knives, normally I carry 3 on a daily basis, at least minimum.
Three seems a common number amongst a lot of people, because
I think the thing is just get trousers with more pockets. That's the best advice I can give. It's I don't know whether I'll manage to complete the challenge. I'll give it a go. I mean, I started off.
Oh, hang on, we've lost you, Sean. Okay, should we go over to you then, Randy?
Yeah.
And then what did you think of when you first saw the challenge?
I hate it. not like maliciously, just it's a challenge. It's gonna be challenging to do. especially as a knife reviewer on YouTube. I want to try out new stuff. I just got a new knife,
Ah,
and it's
Yeah.
Arthur Wright Lamb's Foot.
yeah.
But that's not going to be might be my big carry. I don't know. I'm on the fence about what I want to carry. But for the longest time, I only had one knife. It was a Victorinox Camper. That was the only knife I carried.
Yeah.
And then later on, it was a Leatherman Sidekick. And I think that's what, if I carry one, it's probably going to be this one. But
See, is that a knife? You know, because we've
Well,
had
that's what-
chat with you about Swiss Army
Yeah.
knife not being a knife, but the knife's quite hidden on a Leatherman, I guess. But
well, not this one. This one's on the outside.
okay.
So it's, I like to carry some kind of Swiss Army knife, some kind of locking knife, and a traditional knife.
Yeah.
Those are my three that I like to carry.
Yeah, I think that's quite common. I think, having a Swiss Army knife and then maybe a slip joint and a locking or a fixed. Yeah.
But so I thought about carrying. I had got the Victorinox Compact, and I was carrying it in this little pouch for a while. But like I said, I wanted something locking. But I didn't want just a locking knife. I have a Spyderco or whatever. So I figured this is kind of slightly filled all the voids.
Yeah.
Of being a locking knife and a multi-tool. And like I said, I carried this for years and years too. But I get what you're saying though. When I go to like a thrift shop or an antique shop and I find an old knife that's worn down and the blades are you can tell they're used but was taken care of.
Yeah.
That's it's almost like romantic to think about who had this, what they used it for. Sorry.
I had to think about how long they had it and
Exactly.
what they used it and
that's something I don't know. Like it's fascinating just finding those and even like look at Case makes a pocket worn jig bone cover. Like they make an artificial worn knife, which I don't like that. I don't like that one. But I like finding a real pocket worn knife.
Yeah. It's like holes in jeans, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't see the point of that. Hang on, I think we've got Sean back. Let me
All right, awesome.
add him in. Are you there, Sean? Hello, Sean. Can you hear us? I think this is a Sean bot.
Is it you?
We can hear you now as well.
Yeah.
You're a bit stilted. Okay, that's. I thought you might have been replaced by a robot for a minute, Sean, but I think this is you, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm checking for wires.
Oh, I think he might have frozen. Oh, he's back. Right. I think you're muted, Sean. If you can hear us, Sean, you need to unmute your microphone. I think we get there. All right, you're back, Sean, yeah?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now. That's better.
Like hamster dies.
That's well, you are way out in the east of England, aren't you? Where there are people with webbed feet and oh no, we've lost him again. I shouldn't have.
You insulted him.
Aligned his where he comes from. Just while we're waiting for Sean to sort himself out, let's have a quick look. So, and apologies for not being great at keeping up with some of the comments. We've got Slippy, who's obviously keen to see a bit more of Sean's t-shirt, and
we'll get him to do it. He'll do it.
And then, but Slippy being great as well, he is trying to help Sean out with some technical stuff. So hopefully Sean's seen that.
Yeah.
And Elan, so you've been carrying your Stockman over the past 3 weeks and loving the pattern. That's great. And Elan, is that just the Stockman or other stuff as well? Because and so Slippy, I'm just trying to see what Swiss Army knife is this Is this what you would pick? So just while I'm looking in the comments, so is anybody else here thinking it was crazy to just carry one knife, or do you think it's a good thing to carry one knife for a month?
I think everybody thinks it's crazy.
Really? Okay.
But not like, no, but it's practical though. It really is a practical thing to do, and like you said, you're more intimate. You get to know the knife, like you were saying, and so I like that.
Yeah, I can see that from Messer HQ. So he changes his knife 2 to 3 times a day. That's that is quite a lot. I think you have a problem there. I think so.
I have a bag of knives I'm giving away to people.
Yeah, and obviously people have picked up on Sean's hamster limit, which is going to be a problem.
When you get them some
he's back. Hang on, let me get him back up.
All right.
Hey, Sean. You've come back on mute again, Sean, just to let you know. So, hey, Thrifty, great to have you. So Slippy, you could do a month with a knife. Does that mean that you will do that? But we can maybe pick that up later. Oh, poor Sean, he's popping in and out there.
So one thing I was doing with when I got a new logging knife, I would carry it for about a month, along with a traditional and a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
And I'd carry just that one knife. That would be my main work knife. And I guess I could carry 4 knives because I was gonna say my classic SD. That's on all my keys.
See, now quite a few people have one of the little 58 millimeters on a key ring, or that's with you all the time. And
I'm gonna not count that though.
Okay. I mean,
I won't use it. I'm gonna have it on me. I'm just not gonna take it off. I won't use the blade.
Yeah. That's
because I don't want to.
That's fair enough, I guess. And I mean, in the UK,
file.
Yeah, and in the UK we have a lot of restrictions, so you can't carry anything anywhere. So you can probably get away with a few knives a little bit over, or if you live in the country, probably carry a locking knife. Although I have been doing some work in the garden, and I had a fixed knife on my belt because I was doing some stuff in the garden. And then I went up to pick the kids from school and hadn't realized. And I was in the playground and I was
working with knives.
And you're not allowed knives on school property at all.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize I had it. It could have been a major incident there. So I think I just tried to sneak it into my jacket pocket, hoping nobody would notice.
Yeah.
Hang on.
One thing I was going to mention is like my Leatherman. There's a Gerber dime. You have one, don't you?
I do have a Gerber dime, yeah.
And it's not locking, so you guys can carry that.
I can do, and I've got to take it out of my toolkit if I really want to get down to one. Perfect.
I can't find mine, so perfect timing, Sean.
Well, mine's in my work bag. I have a small toolkit in there, and it's a nice little multi-tool, but it does have a blade. So if I'm going to stick to this sort of one knife, one blade, and as I started it all off, I guess I should be, I should stick to it. So I'm going to have to remove that as well. But I found a loophole in my rule, which means I can carry my jet setter because that doesn't have a knife. So I can put that into my kit as well. So I've got something else. I'm just trying to cling to something else on that. So so I think a lot of people carry a multi-tool. So I think Elan's carrying a side stick. Yeah, if I can show it. And okay. I have the Leatherman rebar, but it's got a locking blade, so it's not legal carry.
Yeah.
and then Mesa HQ. So normally bring a couple of knives to the beach. But I think also he had, a lot of different carries, and I'm assuming you have a pocket in your pajamas then, because I know Paddy talks about having a knife when he's in his pajamas. I don't think mine have pockets.
That's a rebar, right?
Fitted for that.
Yep.
You've got the rebar as well, Sean. Yeah, I mean it's a nice base level Leatherman. I'm going to have to get the Leatherman Bond at some point, or the bladeless rebar. Haven't really decided yet. Although I did see on somebody's channel this week that there's a Roxxon multi-tool that you can change. You can take out the blade if you want, and you can switch in other things. I think that's got to be the future if they can get it to work well.
I think Andy had one on Discord, didn't he?
Was it?
Yeah,
that's where I saw it. Yes, it wasn't. It was on Discord, wasn't it?
It was Andy that bought one recently from Amazon.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea because then, as long as it lasts, it doesn't. You won't get fed up with it. You can always change something else out with it.
Yeah.
So I think there's still the on and off mainly on romance between Elan and Mrs. C. I'm not sure what Mr. C thinks about this. But
he's probably pleased to have a bit of a break.
Sean,
a lot of love to give.
So
Slippy asked if he could stand up a little bit.
Oh no, sorry, it was carry you to Las Vegas. I thought it was marry in Las Vegas. That's me spreading rumors. Sorry about that.
All right, look at that. He's the strongest member on Discord. Look at that. For you, Slippy.
So, okay, so not mainly crazy. So I went through my pick. So have you actually picked one then, Randy? What if?
I think it's going to be the sidekick.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I'm going to commit to that one. Maybe I'll do one for 2 weeks and then the other one for 2 weeks. I don't know, but this is what I'm going to go with right now.
Okay, so you're taking it as maybe a one knife at a time challenge, maybe.
Well, no, I mean I'll just carry just that probably for at least 2 weeks, probably a month. I'll try.
Okay, and what were some of the other ones that you were thinking of before you got to there? What was your sort of?
I was carrying the Super Tinker for a long time, and this is my most carried knife right now.
Yeah.
And I love it. And then I just got the compact, and I was going to try out this little pouch. It's a Viperade.
Okay, yeah.
That's I fully modded my little screwdriver. So I was thinking about carrying that one because it has a lot of function to it. That's why I'm not sure if I want to change or not. The only thing is that it doesn't have a locking blade.
Okay.
That's always been a problem.
Yeah, that's cool. I haven't got the compact yet. It's on my list of ones to get.
I like it.
I know it's really popular.
I need to do that mod that Slippy did where he added an extra slot to the bottom. Definitely go check out that video.
Yeah.
But Slippy's on fire with his sack knives.
Oh yeah, I saw the one on Paddy's urban. Was it Urban Jungle or Urban?
Yeah.
The latest one.
Wild.
Yeah. It was the one with Judd in Paddy's back garden, I think, or somewhere close. And I thought Slippy's, the wooden scales on that were brilliant.
Yeah.
So, Slippy, I think you're really knocking it out the park with your customs.
100%.
I think we'll all be lining up to get you to do some stuff at this rate. And brilliant.
We'll be lining up all right.
Yeah, because I don't think Slippy's been doing it for that long either.
No.
So, for somebody so new and doing such a variety, so yeah, I think he's got a talent for this. So
Just watch your fingers. Don't be like Dan.
yeah, please, Slippy, let's keep you in.
I know what you
one
mean,
piece.
Randy.
Yeah,
I got my fingers. I just cut them in half.
yeah. I've still got a. I don't know. You can see it now. I've got a slight nick where I cut myself.
I'll show you. Oh no, better not.
Yeah. We don't want to see your appendix. Yeah. This is. We don't want this to turn into Jaws, do we? It's I'm not. There we go. So yeah, Randy. So did you have any other ones? Anything other than the sacks? Any other?
Well, I thought about if I carry just a traditional, it'd probably be probably this one actually. Since I just got it.
It is a nice.
That's all the oak, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a right lamb's foot. And
That was
beautiful.
one from Mikey, wasn't it?
Yeah. He bought it from Tactical Terry, who made these slips. Just amazing.
Nice.
He did better than me.
Saw your video. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get it there.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
That's
Really
cool.
heck of a job.
Terry's doing some good stuff, isn't he?
Yeah. And nice thin leather too. I like that.
I think we have a lot of creative people around.
This is one I need to finish
Griff
to get
does
sent
some
out.
cool stuff as well. I've got some of Randy's clips and they're great. I am not gifted at doing that sort of stuff at all.
I'm not either.
Oh, you are, Randy. I think you do yourself down. But
This is a special one from Randy.
I like that one a lot.
That's the
That
one
was,
with
I
the
was happy to
ball
make that one.
buckles and
I like making
Oh,
something
cool.
like that because it makes me happy too. I did one for Tony's Ponies, and
meant a lot to me, that did. Thanks, Randy.
hey, we've got John. Sorry, guys. We've got John
That's
from
okay.
JO Ventures, and he picked up on the tag, and I think he was just starting to do something similar at the same time. And I dropped a note in the comments for his poll that he was doing, and he went even further and asked people to say what sort of knife he should pick, which I thought was putting it into the hands of everybody else. So big thank you, and I hope
Kudos.
the carry goes well. And I think John's picked an old timer, which was similar to the one that his father had. So I think that's a really nice idea, a nice homage to people before us that carried knives. So
is a multi-blade knife okay?
Sorry, is
a multi-blade knife okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, a Swiss Army knife's okay. That's what I picked. I think the one I picked has only got one blade, but I thought it would be fine. But so I think, to be honest, I'd be pretty flexible about the rules. I think next year I'd pick a different sort of knife. I might try and do it as an annual thing. I do dry January every year, and from the way that some people have been talking in my comments and in the Discord group, then I think dry January might be easier for a lot of people. Well, there are a few teetotalers, which is fine too. And
Not me.
yeah, same here. Cheers.
So what about you, Sean? Have you thought about what you're going to carry?
I have.
Or are you gonna attempt just one carry? Okay.
Well, my thoughts were bear with me.
Look at my screen. I'm on my phone.
So it's a CK premium stockman,
Oh, okay.
which is a vintage piece. CK
That looks
being
great.
Carl Kamerling, I think, which is
That's
a
a
German
beautiful knife.
maker.
Yeah.
So you've got the clip blade,
Yeah.
premium stock knife, I think it says,
Yeah.
pen blade, and a worn clip blade. I'm just
Oh,
sorry,
that's-
everything seems back to front on this camera.
That's a nice combination. I think that would get the Slippy and TK approval, not having a spade blade. Does CK still make knives? I'm sure I've seen some around.
I mean, this is although Carl Camerling's German company. This was made in Italy, somewhere in Maniago, no doubt. This was one I picked up in an antique shop several years ago.
Right.
Interestingly, Judd has one of these, which was it his father-in-law's or his some relatives. But yeah, it's a super slicey little knife. Carried this a hell of a lot over the years since I've had it.
Yeah.
And 3 blades, get you through the day, no problem. But it was I had to think about it for a little while. Very torn between going for the twisted assisted Arthur Wright Barlow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a hard one to put down.
Yeah. My lighting's awful. Sorry, guys.
Oh, we can see. Yeah, let me put. Oh, sorry.
He's back.
I've got to get used to the
Taylor
control.
Eyewitness.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first real Barlow. Was a Taylor Eyewitness.
Yeah.
And one of the knives I bought years and years ago was a Taylor's Eyewitness. Trying to see if I can get the tank stamp to show.
Put your hand behind it. There you go.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, we can see it perfect.
This was back in the sort of mid 80s, early 80s. Plastic handled, kind of farmer's kind of work knife.
Yeah.
Carried this for ages, had a lot of use. And recently bought a kind of modern equivalent of that from Taylor's.
Yeah.
I think these are about £27. But the clip points are pretty close.
Yeah. So they sort of kept to that pattern fairly closely, yeah?
Yeah. Now the one on the bottom, I've actually got 2 of these because this one, if you look at the kick, hang on, everything's back to front. If you look at the kick, it's very flat.
Yeah.
So when I got it, I found that it had blade wrap. And I contacted the seller and they replaced it. And they said I could keep this one and they sent me a new one.
That's cool.
So I did the old trick of inserting a bit of leather in the channel, which is probably not going to show in there at all, just to stop the blade wrapping on the back spring.
Right.
And then just ground out the chunk, the part of the blade that was getting dinged on the back spring. And it's fine. So it's a great little work knife. The scales the covers were the same sort of colour as that.
Yeah.
But I took a blow lamp to it and darkened them off and oiled them. A bit of 000 Y wool and took off the sharp edges.
Yeah.
It's one I'm not scared of giving some hard use to, and
no, I think it's good because I think. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I think that the Barlows were designed as work knives, weren't they? So to be put to hard use. I just done a quick look in the chat. I see that Thrifty is going to try the 100 knife challenge. I think that's a fair thing to go for. I think you need to do a video a day showing the 3 knives you've got per day, Thrifty. I think that would be a super cool challenge. I'm just going to do a call out to my son, who's started it by mistake. He'll pick it up later, but He was round at my house.
I don't think he said that, did he, in that text?
Hopefully, he wasn't
Really?
driving when he did that.
Hopefully.
And John, yeah. So it's only day one. Come on, you've done the hard
I
bit.
fail already.
You've picked your knife. It's just sticking with it. So I think that's a good.
I already failed. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I've had to
Too late.
lock mine away as well. So Tony's got to go, but great to have you on the call.
See you, Tony.
See you later, Tony.
Real quick, Tony.
Take
This
care.
one was a gift from Tony. This is
Ah.
probably my best work knife, I think, as a Barlow, because it has such a tremendous lockup on it. I mean, the pull on it, it's crazy. I've got it to a 10.5. It's still breaking my nails when I try and open it if I don't do it right. There. This is a beast.
Well,
This wouldn't be my choice though.
yeah, and I do understand about why people say that a locking knife is safer because I think it is.
Yeah.
But I think it depends on what you're doing with it and how you're using it, and generally, slip joints can be as safe as a locking knife.
Of course, if you grab it at the kick, it's not going to cut you.
Yeah,
Unless you slip, which could happen with the locking knife.
yeah. It's not so good if you're trying
I
to
agree.
stick it in something though. That's probably the point. I
Yeah.
guess. Oh, hang on. There's hot news off the press here, and
Uh-oh.
so Elan is going to carry his Opinel all month. So because obviously Elan is in the process of becoming French, or at least he's reaching out to France, a hand of friendship, and buying a lot of their knives at the moment. We've seen some cracking ones in the Discord. See that? Yeah. I just don't feel the love for the Opinel. And
Hell of a slicer.
I got because I was on holiday in France and I bought another one, another non-Opinel, and I'm not going to carry it. It's been in the case, but see, this is. I think this is as nice as an Opinel, and in fact, it has a nicer handle. So I think this is an okay make.
I like the blade.
I think it got the Elan seal of approval. Maybe he can confirm it, but I did buy it in a supermarket, but it was and it has the similar locking, but I think it has a much nicer handle. So let me show. I quite like the shape of that handle.
Yeah, it's nice shape, though.
Yeah. I have to say, Sean, his choice is kind of tempting me to change mine. So I do have a knife that I want to carry more often, so maybe I'll carry this one. It's the Buck 301.
Nice.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me. Oh,
dear.
sorry, it's me clicking on the. Yes, that's better. And let me get rid of. I'll just get rid of Elan for a minute. It's
the Buck 301, and shout out to Mikey Newman. He helped me replace the blade on it.
Oh wow.
The original, I got it at, I don't even remember where I got it. It came in a lot of knives that I paid $20 for.
Yeah.
And I got such awesome stuff in it. Like I was like, I have a serrated recruit that I got out of it. That alone was worth it. This was even better because it cost $10 to replace the blade, plus the shipping. And the main blade, somebody had filed the clip point into a coping blade, so it was literally looked worse than this.
Why would somebody do that?
I have no idea. It looked worse than that. I mean, this is nice. I'm not saying it's bad, but it was filed down to right there.
Yeah, probably broke the tip off and then tried to salvage.
That's what I'm thinking. But then look at these other blades of the original ones still, and they're beautiful still.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong with this knife at all, except for that blade.
I think
Decent
Mikey's
hole,
got
so-
a few blades that have been modified at the tip.
And I've done it myself, actually. I found a knife. Oh, go ahead.
So no, I was just looking, and to Jerk, I think this is a similar view of mine of the Opinel, the Pepe Le Pew knife, the one that turns up when people don't want it there. So, and
For the price, if you can get a cheap one, they're fine.
they are. I mean, I think one of my sons has mine.
I gave all mine away.
All your Opinels, yeah.
I've had like 3. I keep giving them away.
I still have this one, which I never use, but it's the DIY one. So but what is nice about this is that it does have a more interesting blade. So I really
nice.
like the blade shape on that.
Yeah.
And it's got the notches for wire cutting and stripping, and then it's got the two. It's got in the end. It has a hex.
I like that. Yeah, that's right. I like that one a lot. That's actually pretty handy.
So I'll probably end up giving this to my son, who's an electrician. I might have even tried to give it to him already, and him said no.
No, not that one.
He's got my
that one, Dad.
electrician, but
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you know how to do a poll in the chat?
I don't actually.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to let the audience choose what I should carry.
Well, just say in the
Yeah.
put it up and we'll have a check. So what do you think Randy should carry? And without trying to influence you,
The Leatherman compact and the Buck 301.
Oh, 301, definitely.
Okay, so the compact, the Leatherman, or the Buck 301.
So Sean's saying the 301. So put it in the chat whether no one wants to pick one.
I think they're busy talking about Elan's French knife. I think I don't know if there's a lag either. But
There's just like it's like a 10-second delay or something. That's why I like when I'm moderating on Slippy Show. They keep saying, "Okay, put up the stop, put up the stop." All right, I did as soon as I hear it, but they don't see it for. I don't see it for 10 seconds.
That because I sometimes think it's just me that's delayed. But when I see the numbers coming up, then I put them in.
Because I'm watching the live right now, and I just finished talking, and now you just started saying what you just said. So.
Okay, so I think people are going for Buck. But I will work out how to do the polls. That would be great. Because I did see how to do a countdown at the start, but then I lost it and panicked at the start.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's been okay. Thrifty talking Sodbuster. I don't think that was on the list, was it? But
I got rid of mine.
yeah, Pepper Dingo saying 301.
I got two votes: Sean and Pepperdingo and EDC.
Yeah, my son, who's still here, is
301.
saying the Swiss Army version. We've got EDC saying 301. Even Elan is saying the Buck.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
Like I said, I was getting tempted by looking at Sean's knife. So
I'm not a great Leatherman fan, to be honest. So I'm more than happy with that change.
and, well, this is one I really wanted to carry to a lot. So I'll just go. I think we're gonna Ozark Trail. I do have. I was thinking, what was it? The War Dig would have been a good option too if you're looking for something. It's a Swiss Tech.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a spear point, kind of a spade blade. Beautiful knife for like $30.
Right. I'm getting some advice, some technical advice from Thrifty here, but
I'll go with the Buck.
I think it's the Buck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have another practice, Thrifty. I can't find it on my screen for some reason. I'm just,
Talking of thrifty, did you happen to see the modern Barlow that he was showing? I think it was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was on today's
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I felt I had my son and his girlfriend round today, and so I didn't see most of the show, so I'm gonna have to watch it on catch up.
I'll pop a link to it in chat actually if you want.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Please do.
Go on, John.
Right. Let me just. But yeah, sorry, Thrifty. I can't find it on my screen here. The only one I've got is a CrossFit Leaf Studio, which I think would be the wrong one. I have to work out how to do it. I have to have the YouTube chat open. Right. Okay. Thanks, Thrifty. I haven't for now. I'll
Another great option.
do that next one. Hang on. Let me put that up. Sure. Let's see that.
Another great option, Mazarin Scout.
Oh yeah, that one's a beautiful knife.
That's nice.
This one's in Olivewood, but they do in Macarthur as well. It's
Olivewood's the way to go.
Slightly long for UK carry. What is it? It's 3 1/8 or 3, just under 3 1/4. But I mean, that wouldn't worry me too much.
You think you'd be okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, around where I live, it's a rural area, and I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be carrying this to do work with.
Yeah.
I'd be prepared to stand up in court and argue the toss. I mean,
I hope you never have to, Sean. And
yeah, me too.
I think most of it's in context of where people are when they're carrying it, but there are a few policemen and other people that like to go exactly to the letter. Thanks for putting that up, Randy. That's great.
Yeah.
And thanks, Mesa HQ. Thanks for dropping in. And
take care.
And thanks for everybody really for being tolerant of my first proper live stream, because I don't really know what I'm doing, but that hasn't stopped me coming on YouTube or doing anything. So right. So I think so. We've got a definite pick then. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Buck.
If everybody, yes, you've got Buck from Randy, and Sean, yours was the
CK or something.
The CK.
The CK. That was it. And then I've got the boring Victorinox. So, and I think Elam was giving me a bit of grief, saying that this wasn't like a proper knife. And I think if I do this again, it's maybe easier picking one with lots of other tools on, because I know that's going to be okay. But
I want to challenge you actually.
Yeah.
So next month, after you carry this for a month, carry a traditional instead of a Swiss Army knife.
Okay, no, that's fair.
I know it's traditional, but I mean, like, a Buck or a Barlow.
Yeah.
I mean, you can carry your the jet setter. That's fine.
Yeah.
Carry like a Barlow.
I've got one. Yeah. What I could do, I only have one tailored eyewitness one, and this was one I got from Sharp Show last year. And
is it the spear point?
No, this is my favorite. So it's sheep's foot.
Yeah.
Sheep's foot, or maybe a lamb's foot. I'm not quite sure. And
Lambs.
it's
looks like a nice.
But this was £10. The wood was unfinished, and it was from Rob Cutting's stall, which a lot of us spent a lot of happy time going through a lot of knives there. And poor Rob isn't with us anymore, so I think he's going to be sorely missed. Obviously by his family, but also by us at Sharp Show this year, because that was a real rallying area with a lot of shenanigans from Judd which I think has been resolved now because he gave the knife to Gus. So yeah, for October then, Randy, I'll carry a single blade knife and maybe just my jet setter. But having seen the standard of Slippy's bladeless custom that he did for Paddy, I thought that looked cracking. So if you have one of those in your pocket and then a traditional, I think we might be getting a few orders for that sort of thing. It's going to be interesting.
Good combo.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what. Oh, that's nice. What's the handle material on that?
It's bone.
Yeah.
This is an old lamb's foot. Taylor's eyewitness.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I always find that blade shape is my favorite one out of them.
I really like the spear point.
And these are the sort of boxes they came in back in the day.
Nice.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, I like the spear point, but all of the Swiss Army knives have spear point, so
yeah.
It's nice to have something different. Yeah, Mrs. C. I think Sean's got a high under his computer. His computer is it buzzing? Yeah, so it's like these. I think he's got a faulty fan on his laptop, which is generating this buzzing noise. So apologies to that, but I'd much rather have Sean on the show with a bit of buzzing than not have Sean. So so we went with that. But yeah, we do understand. And I think you're right there, Slippy. So I think we're seeing this true collector side of Sean. How many Taylor's Eyewitness have you got then, Sean? Do you think?
Do you know? I don't know.
Are we talking more than 10? More than 20?
Yeah, more than 10.
Okay.
There's another one there.
Hang on, let me.
Oh, I love that bone. Is it bone?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? And I there's something about those that is different to the modern, even the modern handmade ones. I guess they'll be like that in 50 years or something time, but there does seem to be something a little bit different about those.
I mean, I have two, so you compare his.
Nice wasp and home.
Yeah.
That's going to show.
Some great teaming on that, yeah?
Hang on a minute, I've got it wrong way up.
Yeah, we can just about see that, but that's...
Yeah. That's a great knife.
That's a classy classic, that one. Sorry,
I only have one new knife that makes me feel like those old knives. That kind of reminds me of that, and it's I have a Wussy home too. I was gonna show if I can open it. I got it. It was a new one, IXL Barlow.
Nice.
That's got
That's the only one that I have from them. That's nice.
Yeah, that's got an amazing finish on that place.
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it was cost a bit.
Yeah,
no, Sean's got an amazing collection.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't consider myself a collector. If you saw my video for the One Knife Challenge, I don't have that many, and certainly nothing like this. Hang on, Sean, let me.
That's a Wade and Butcher. I think I showed this on TK and Slippy's live.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And it's got, if I can get hold of it, looking around the camera, it's got a brass topped pin, toothpick.
Toothpick, yeah. So when was that made then, Sean?
I haven't got a clue, if I'm honest. I haven't actually researched the history from it, but I'm sure it's available online if I'd looked. Vague ideas anyway. It's not.
Yeah.
With a lot of these old companies, it's really difficult to date stuff.
Yeah.
Because they churned out so much stuff.
Yeah.
Companies changed hands but kept names, and there's all kinds of anomalies that you kind of have to negotiate to try and take a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
No, go on, Randy. Go on.
You collect a lot of catalogs too, don't you?
I've got a few. Yeah, I've got a few.
Those are always cool to have.
Yeah, there's a lot of the old hardware catalogues with pocket knives in. Probably not the best time to start trying to show you. And I'll tell you what, it's probably easier.
That's fine. I know that's good. That's nice to do on the side too.
Yeah, because when I had one of the pass around knives, I think it was. Oh wow! Yeah. Hang on.
There you go.
So that's Joseph Rogers.
Yeah.
And it's got lots of examples of the old models.
That's great.
Yeah.
And there is a date, 1957, inside that. Trying to see if I can find one of my favourites.
Oh, nice.
The bunny knife. Yeah.
The bunny knife. Is that wrong around? It's upside down, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's some crackers in there.
Yeah. It'd be great to do a separate show sometime on catalogs, and because when there was the Imperial, I think it came across from the US and it was going to Slippy, the Imperial with the powder horn shield on.
Yeah.
And I had it for a review, and I found some of the Imperial catalogs online from when it first came out, and that was so interesting going through that. And
that was actually one I sent over, I think.
It was Randy,
yeah. I know it was a really neat knife. I like that one. I thought I'm gonna send it out there.
Yeah.
This is an old Whitby Knives and Co. catalog from '93. Just gonna see if I can quickly flick through to some of the Victorinox. Where are we?
I can see it.
So that was Whitby Knives that sold knives, because Whitby Knives have them made as well, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to work this out. I'm trying to work out where I need to be. So there's the old Morza, Victorinox Morza.
Oh yeah.
And the Safari that I think Slippy showed today on the show.
That's really neat looking.
The Solo, which had those red thermoplastic handles.
And of course the Recruit you can still get now, can't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, and the Soldier, is the Soldier still around?
Yeah, Soldier's still around. In fact, bear with me 1 second. There's a Soldier there. These quite conveniently are dated on the tank stamp. So this one is a 2007.
Yeah,
So it's like a Pioneer, but it hasn't got the key ring.
yeah. I've been looking at those for my birth year, which, as it's 1962, it's
Hard to find it.
it's pretty expensive and not easy to find. I just want to do a quick shout out to Terry from Terry's Knives and Man Shop. Great to see you here, Terry. So glad you made it over. Thanks. And
I
right,
feel like I only have. Oh, go ahead.
no. Go on, Randy. Go on. Let's.
I have one knife that I think only one knife that I think Sean would be impressed by, and the IXL 1981,
Oh, that's beautiful.
and it's my birth year knife. There we go.
Yeah, that's beautiful,
It's
Randy.
fantastic. I had
Yeah.
the box for it. I'm never going to carry it.
Yeah,
But this was part of the gift.
Yeah.
I got this with a gift from all you guys. So thank you so much, Sean, Mark, everybody, Elon. Who else is still here? Thrifty, Judd, Patty, V's, everybody,
Yeah.
Tony. You guys were awesome. So thank you so much for that. I wouldn't. I also got a Stag Barlow too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's cool as well.
But I still had the box and paperwork.
Oh, perfect.
Fantastic.
So this was a Christmas present for somebody. Let me see if we can find that. I do not blow me up. I just want to show this real quick. So it says who it was for and the day they got it. So Christmas.
Okay.
Who I
Back
figured
in
there.
91. Cool.
So whoever that is got it. Really cool. It has a little bit of
It's
history
great
to it.
have all the stuff like that, isn't it?
A little bit
Yeah.
of provenance to it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, that's excellent.
I always love that with coins too. You have a coin that it was in this collection, and then it was published in this book, and it's this person bought it, and now you have it. I actually have a coin that was you guys might not care, but I have a coin that was part of the John Quincy Adams collection. He was the 7th president of the United States,
Yeah.
and you can buy coins that he owned.
Oh, wow.
Because it went to a museum, but then the museum kind of sold a lot of them, and it's just amazing with a little bit of provenance. I'm sure knives are like that too.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Randy, one day they'll be selling coins that you owned.
Some of your Roman coins, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as there's good provenance on that, yeah.
I have I do have some that I found, not personally, but I got online.
Yeah.
And I got them published though, so I do have some that are published under my name.
Oh,
That was kind of fun. That was kind of fun.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm just looking at the time, and we've been going for an hour, which is great. I was bothered we might run out of things to say, but
No, I want to see more Sean's knives.
Well, I think I'm hoping that Sean's going to be a regular on this as well.
That'd be wonderful.
And there's just a couple of things I wanted to say. Really, first of all, a huge thank you to Randy and Sean for joining me in this. And
Thank you.
I was really nervous about doing this, so it was great to do it. Whilst it's called MBZ EDC's Gear and Beer live show, I definitely want to have more people on, and I'll be having a beer, and I'm more than happy for anybody else to have a tea or a lemonade or any beverage that they like. So if there are people from the Discord group or other people in the YouTube knife community that want to come on, then just drop me a message, and I'll be more than happy to get you on. One of the things I like about this is seeing people face to face. It's a little bit different to the YouTube videos that we record that are very much one way or that we watch one way. So it's nice to do that. And I've tried to keep up in the chat a little bit. I will get better at this as well. And thank you to Randy as well, because Randy's been moderating. So I know Randy moderates in quite a few shows as well. And then just a final thank you to everybody in the Discord group. So the Slip Joint Sanitarium group, it feels like a second home a lot of the time. It always reminds me of the of that TV show Cheers, you know, where you go in and you find somebody and you have a chat and show a new knife or show something out. And I've made some really good friends there, so I appreciate their help and support and putting up with me, who's only partly a knife guy. I only have a small collection, but thanks for putting up with all my stupid questions over the time. And
no, it was fun to do.
For being there.
Talk to everybody.
Yeah, it's really good. Randy's a regular, Sean's a regular, Tony, Slippy, TK, Elan, Mikey, everybody who's there. So a big thank you for that. I hope you're going to come and join me again next week. I'll think of a different theme. I'll hopefully have either Sean or Randy with me and maybe somebody else, or maybe get up to having 2 or 3 guests. We'll see how it goes. But I'm hoping
you want to say one thing before we go?
Yeah, of course.
Look in the chat. Who is that? No. Go up higher. There's a Mrs. Dick and Sean. Who is that?
Sorry, what's this?
There's a Mrs. Dick and Sean. It's okay. I just
was right. Thank you to Sean's wife. And
I wasn't sure if someone was just being.
Well, it's good to have family.
It's not Mikey, don't worry.
I thought it might have been Mikey or somebody having a joke.
But it's brilliant, yeah, and a big thank you to everybody who's come 100%. On and listened to us and watching us ramble on. So, but thank you, really appreciate that. I'm gonna cut it short now. We'll close it down. If you want to stay on for a little bit, Randy and Sean, it'd be great to have a wrap up. And again, big thank you to everybody.
Thank you so much.
Again next week, hopefully, and thanks. And take care, everyone.
And cheers.
Thanks, everybody in the chat.
Oh,